Right, so in our English class, we have been creating some stories. And now we are going to start bringing those stories to life and making them move. We're going to be doing that using our computers and a program called Scratch. Hands up for me, has anyone heard of Scratch before? Great, yeah. So today we're just going to be learning how to put the costumes together. So the different outfits and the different ways our characters can move. Later on, we're going to be adding speech and they can move across the screen and all kinds of things. But today we're just going to be focusing on our different outfits and the different basic movements we need. So in a minute, I'm going to get everyone to shut their eyes and you're going to hold up a number. So if you hold up the number 5, you're super confident with Scratch and how it all works and you think you might be able to help someone else. If you're not confident at all, don't really know it, probably never seen it before, you do a number 1, or if you're somewhere in between, 2, 3, or 4. Okay? So everyone close their eyes, please, and hold up their numbers. To start our Scratch creations, today we're going to be creating our costumes. Now, our costumes aren't necessarily the different outfits our characters are going to wear. Hands up for me if you can think of something that a costume might be. Yeah, people walking or facial expressions, those kind of things. So in each of your table groups, you're going to have a piece of butcher's paper and some pens. And I want you to think about your story or just a general story and some things that you might need to have your characters moving. So for example, if a character's walking, you'd need to have an image with their foot stepping forward and one arm forward, then the next foot forward and an arm back. And you need to be thinking about the different things your character's doing. If you want them blinking, you need to have one with their eyes open, halfway open and closed, so that when it's put together, it looks like the character's blinking. Yeah, so remember, the more detail you can add, the better and more realistic your story is going to be. If your character's smiling, you're not only going to have the teeth that are smiling, but you have the eyes that shrink. Maybe their shoulders come up. Maybe they do a happy hand motion. Those kind of things, all right? So you have 5 minutes to talk with your group and see what you can come up with. All right, so you've had 5 minutes now to brainstorm as a group. I want to hear our class discussions. So has anyone got anything they'd like to volunteer? I'm going to be playing a little instructional video at the front of the class on how to make different costumes in Scratch. If you are already confident and know exactly where to start, you're more than welcome to go back to your desks and quietly start your projects. If you aren't too sure, you're more than welcome to stay here on the carpet and watch the video. When the video is done, I will be coming around and helping. Remember, this is just a project. You will not be graded on this. So the point is to learn about the different ways we can use Scratch. So don't stress about it. There's no right or wrong answers.
We want to make multiple costumes, so you could choose create a costume, but I'm going to duplicate. So I just right-clicked and duplicate, and you can duplicate it several times if you want. Now I'm going to go ahead.
All right, can everyone just listen up to me, please? Thank you. Those people that are confident enough with Scratch and would be willing to help some of your classmates, can you please come and write your names up on the board? Everyone else, if you are unsure of something to do and don't know how to do it, you can look for one of these people who've got their names on the board and they are willing to help you. Remember, people, if you're going to put your name on the board, you have to remember that your work needs to get done before you help others. So you might be having to do extra work. So just be prepared for that, please. If you think you are done, I want you to challenge yourself to make your costumes even better. So like we were talking about at the beginning of the lesson, if we're smiling, I want to see the eyes wrinkly. I want to see the eyebrows come down. All the things you do with your body motion. If you are walking, it is not your arms and your feet that are the only things moving. Maybe the ponytail swinging. If you've got a monster, maybe the antennae are going. I want you to think about all the little details because that makes your story realistic. Thank you for today. Hands up for me if you managed to get most of your costumes done. Great, that's good. We're going to continue with this next lesson. So no pressure, don't worry about it. And yeah, have a good lunch break.